Everybody says that AI is going to replace lawyers. Well, I see it a little differently. AI will not replace lawyers by themselves, but it is lawyers who use AI will replace the lawyers who don't. So today in the world of AI, what's powering our large language models? Now, language is the operative word. So today, you and I are going to read different types of language. It's going to be emails, Instagram posts, text messages. But the most toughest language that you're going to read today is perhaps that legal language. Nothing else reads as notwithstanding anything contained in this agreement and subject to clause 2.4. It is also the only kind of language that requires somebody to go to law school, pass the bar, and be eligible to write it, and costs $1,400 in the real world for an hour of work to be done, right? So all of that put together, this is the most exciting time for AI in legal because A, it's extremely expensive, it's slow, and it's also heavily manual, which is getting completely automated. And the C shift that you're going to see is legal right now is priced as a input metric, which means the number of hours that you do is how you get billed. It's going to go from an input metric to an output metric, which is I will give you this documentation in return for a flat fee. And that is going to be the change that's going to come with AI coming in. So if you look at it, it's the deepest end of language right after Shakespeare, and it's also the most expensive one, which is what makes it very exciting. There was a company that was where the legal department was called the Department of No, because they would say that this is where deals would go to die. And on an average, it would take about 3 weeks to get their MSA done. And even a simple NDA would take upwards of a week. The problem wasn't the team. The problem was it was just very spread out. There wasn't any method to the madness, and it was a team that was overworked and understaffed. So SpotDraft came in and it took all its historical contracts in, created templates and workflows, set up their automated AI reviews, and finally did data analysis to show where the bottlenecks in the system were. That took something that took a few weeks to now under a day to get sorted and get executed. So contracts would take up to 6 weeks. Now it took under 1 to 2 days to get them executed. So it was about 4 months later that I went to meet the general counsel and I asked them, what do you think SpotDraft did? He says, man, it feels like I used to be standing in the rain waving for a car, and then now I open my Uber or Grab app and I call for a cab. The change is so much. It feels like there is convenience. It feels like I can sit and get my work done as opposed to getting wet in the rain and just waiting for the cab to come at some point. Looking forward 10 years, the core role of the lawyer will not change, but what will change is the level at which they operate. And you'll also have newer roles that today are not taught in law school and people aren't hiring for, which will form the base layer of any legal team. To start off, you may have prompting specialists whose job it is to sit and write and review the best prompts in order to get the most optimum results. You'll also have managers managing a bunch of AI agents that are very hyper specific for legal teams. And eventually, the job of the lawyer will not require them to do a lot of the L0 or the version 0 of the work to be done. Their job will be to review and to do a lot of the ideation and the strategy as opposed to the true execution of it. So you'll see a lot more leaner legal teams, you'll see a lot more efficient legal teams, and all of that benefit will also go to the end consumer because now they're not paying for the time and the effort that they put in, but the output that the lawyers give them.